Deion Sanders is doing something that feels unorthodox, but is changing the mindset of his Colorado Buffaloes as they get ready to take on a formidable Utah this weekend. Let's talk about what he's done and why I think is a really cool and interesting way to get your team motivated. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on the step mill. If this is your first time watching Adapt and Respond, thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year round. If you're into that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like this video, and answer the question in the comments below. Do you like how Deion Sanders set up his team to practice ahead of their game at Rice Eccles against the Utah Utes, who are coming off of a emotional defeat to undefeated and 7-0 BYU in the Holy War, and is very much looking forward to trying to beat up on a team that has gone 3-4 to start the season and 1-3, but still brings its own energy and its own entourage when it travels. That is Coach Prime's Colorado Buffaloes. Now, if you are familiar with this show, you know we talk a lot of Colorado football, and you also know that it's been up and down for the Buffs all year. They're looking for consistency on the football field, both offensively and defensively. And the thought there is with the bye week, they could get right and they can get their mentality right before they got to go take on what's left of the Big 12 schedule, where the only undefeated team left is BYU. But Colorado's a far cry from being able to play for a conference championship, let alone make the college football playoff. This is about trying to get to the 9 wins that you got last year with 4 losses already before we get to Halloween. Now, Devin Dampier is listed as questionable for the Utes, and he's a tremendous part of their offense, being the quarterback, but also their rushing offense. And they ran the ball and run the ball really, really well at Utah. And because they run the ball really, really well at Utah, the defense doesn't have to stay on the field as often. When Morgan Scalley's defense does get on the field, they're hell. That defense is hell. It sucks. If you are Colorado, you have to know that each time that you get a stop on defense, you got to go get 6. You can't get 3, and you certainly can't punt the ball. You're going to have to get on top of Utah and make them play from behind. It is a program that if it gets a double-digit lead on you, they can just sit on the football and grind you into the ground. You have to take them out of their comfort zone and run the football and make them start throwing it around, which stops the clock, which also can change momentum and give you more opportunities to take the ball out of the air. But to do all of that, you have to come in with a mentality of needing to get on top of them. So how do you fix a mentality to your team? I should say affix a mentality to your team that allows for them to get on top of an opponent. You make your team believe that it's already down 7 points, or at least that is what Deion Sanders has done going into this week. One of the things he told Romy Bean in his interview ahead of this is that he put 7 points on the scoreboard each time they practice for the other team, because he wants them to know we're down 7 from the moment we get off the plane, from the moment we walk in there. In practice right now, we're down 7. It is 7-0 to Utah. What are we going to do about it? How do we take that adversity and manage it? How do we handle the in-game adversity that will come our way that is unforeseen, but will certainly show up? How do we adapt and respond to what is in front of us? We prepare, and we prepare, and we prepare. And we get our minds in the right space to say, yes, the odds are against me, fair enough. But just because the odds are against me and my opponent might be bigger, might be stronger, has more wins, doesn't mean my opponent can't get its ass kicked. That's what you're doing, okay? The thing I love most about competition, the thing I love most about sport, and one of the reasons that I think I've taken to cycling like I have, for those of you that are new to this, I got a fledgling YouTube channel called RJ Young 2, where I can take you on the journey. But you should know it appeals to me because there's competition there. And the competition, on the one hand, is absolutely, do you have the talent to go, right? And there's tiers to this. There's levels to this, just like there's levels to it in college football. But with endurance sports like cycling, feel like line of scrimmage sports, where if the game is about suffering, if the game is about work, If the game is about gritting your teeth longer and being willing to sacrifice your physical needs to make this happen, then I can win. I can win. I will win. I subscribe to Steve Prefontaine. My goal is to make it an all guts race. And if it is an all guts race, I'm the only person that can win it because nobody has more guts than me. Guts being grit, guts being want to, guts mean, no, we're going to hurt a little bit. No, we're going to hurt a lot. And that's how you break the will of an opponent. You take them into the deep water and you see if they can swim. That's what Colorado is going to have to do on Saturday. They're going to have to go into a place that is hostile to them, to a program that prides itself on its physicality first, and they're going to have to find a way to turn it into a game that only they can win. That only they can win. What does that look like? What does that look like for Caden Salter? What does that look like for Sensor Brown? What does that look like for Omarion Miller, for Draylon Miller, for Michael Welch, for Dallin Hayden? What does that look for Robin Livingston when he's calling plays? Is that Pat Shermer and his bubble screens? Or is that RPOs, slants, and goes? I'm excited about this one. I really am. I know that there's not a whole lot of people that are, because a 2-loss team playing a 4-loss team at this part of the year is, regular. Some might even say mediocre. But knowing what Kyle Whittingham is trying to achieve this year and knowing that a 10-win season is still within reach and that making the Big 12 championship is still within reach, knowing what Prime is trying to build to in this first year where he is not coaching any of his boys and where Colorado feels as if it has not met the expectation that it set for itself, I am really, really looking forward to seeing what kind of football teams we see, what kind of coaches we see. I'm really, really looking forward to who wants it more with 5 games left to play. That's the nice thing about where we are now. You played 7. You are who you are right now. We know what you're going to do. You know what you're going to do. Do you have another trick? Do you have another tool? Do you have something else you can show us? Or have you sharpened your strengths? And have you been able to hide your weaknesses in such a way that you turn it into what I've been talking about? A game that only you can win.